Hello students. As you know, we're not actually allowed inside the building, so we're going to learn about structures from outside the building. First of all, can anybody tell me what is a structure? Mr. Corbett, I can answer that for you. A structure is the organization of parts to create something larger. Well, it sure is. How did Mr. Corbett know that? So a structure is an organization of things set up in a way that we can usefully use it. All right, just like Mr. Corbett said. So in buildings, we take materials and we organize them together. All right, we build all kinds of things like the FMS school. Structures can include simple machines like an incline plane. Structures are all around us. Your house is an example of a structure. Structures can be really, really big. What about the chair I'm sitting on? Is that a structure? Well, it sure is. There's structures all around us, everywhere we look. There are structures. It is just amazing. So we're going to learn some more about structures. How? We're going to take a virtual tour around Goodland and look at some of the structures. And then at the end, I have an activity for you to do. You're going to find some structures in and around the place that you live. It's going to be a great time. So let's go. Are you excited? Because I'll tell you that Mr. Corbett is super stoked for going around Goodland and find some things. Maybe I could find somebody to, cut my hair since the hair place isn't open. All right, so here we are at Crossgates Mall. We're going to give you a perspective that you've never seen before. Let's go check out this structure from a different perspective. So there we can see those clear yellow things or skylights, and all those gray boxes on the roof are the air conditioning and heating systems used to keep the building comfortable. If you notice, the skylights are built in a triangular shape. That's to add strength to them. And over here, this tall part, anybody have any idea what the tall part might be? Let's see what the side of it says. Oh yeah, that's the cinema. They have to build it really tall so you can fit lots of tall theaters in there. All right, let's go check out some other structures around Goodland. All right, here we are at a water tower in Goodland near the mall. It's off of Gip Road, maybe you've seen it. Let's send our drone up to the water tower to check out what kind of a structure can hold up so much water. Water is very heavy, Typically weighs 8 pounds per gallon. There we go, another successful flight around Gittleland. All right, let's go see what else we can find to check out from above. Hey, how you doing? You might recognize this building. I'm down here on Gittleland Avenue, and this is the School Craft House. What a really cool looking structure that is. Check out all the detail on that thing. Let's go take a closer look at it. 150 years old. Now, I mean, it could use a coat of paint, but that's beside the point. Check out the details up there. Absolutely really cool. They just don't build things with these little pinnacles, things like that anymore. Looks really neat, really cool. All right, cool foundation. That's part of a structure. You gotta have a base. All right, look at that. Built out of stone. Because stone is really good under compression. You can push on a rock and it doesn't squish. So a rock's really good under compression, or stone or concrete, very good under the force of compression or pushing. What the heck? Well, those look like pencils up there. I think we need to get a closer look at this really cool building. Let's go up higher. Well, how about we head over to the firehouse? It's right there. Sure. All right, it's a little noisy here, but we're in front of the Gittleland Firehouse. All right, let's go look at some other cool structures they have around the Guilderland area. All right, here we are behind the Guilderland Police Station. We've got a really cool looking cell phone tower. So why don't we go and fly and see what that's like up close and personal. So here we are down on the end of Fuller Road. It kind of has this old bridge that you can walk across. And behind us we have two train trestles. And if you could check out the trestles, they have a lot of triangles because there's a lot of forces going on. There's compression and there's tension. And then we have some concrete, which is under a lot of compression, holding back all that water in the Water Volute Reservoir. So let's take a closer look. We'll fly our drone over there and see what we can find. All right, here we go. So if we look right there, that is an awful lot of triangles. And underneath that, we call that a truss. And the train has a lot of weight, so the trusses have to be very strong. And there we have the Water Volute Reservoir. And there's the dam holding back all the water. Made out of concrete, which is essentially rock, because there's a lot of pressure pushing against that dam. Let's get in there for a closer look on the dam. So if we look over here, it looks like the top of the dam is made out of some wood, so they can control the height of the reservoir. Right there, that part of the dam is a little broken, so some of the water is flowing over. That's okay. So here's one of the stanchions for the train trestle bridge. All right, you can see again, lots of triangles. Even the arms that are under compression, these side pieces, lots of triangles. So this whole thing is under compression. As the train drives over, it pushes down very hard on the top of this pillar. Okay, so we have two different designs. This first one in front of us is built out of steel with a lot of triangles. All right, and then the one right behind it here, that one's built out of stone. Okay, because stone is very good under compression also. All right, you really can't squish a stone, they crumble. So that's what makes up the other trestle. So here's the trestle up close. Underneath it we can see triangles. All right, and this whole bridge. Parts of it are under tension, parts of it under compression, and the goal of the bridge is to transfer the weight of the train from the center out to these stanchions, or these piers that hold it. All right, there you go. I really hope you've enjoyed our time together, and I'm going to tell you what the assignment is coming up next. All right, I want you to stop sitting in front of your computer. Pretty good, right? And I want you to go and find some examples of structures around your house. All right? What makes up the building you're in? Now, you might have to go outside. You might have to go down in the basement, maybe out in the garage, and try to find things that show the support of your house. Maybe they have triangles included in them. All right? Maybe there's a building down the street you could walk to. And just try to find different parts of the structure. Maybe there's a column that holds up a porch on your neighbor's house. Maybe in the basement you can see up inside of the ceiling and you can see different parts in there. Maybe you can go up in your attic and you can see what holds up the roof if you have an attic. All right? And if you don't, you can go outside, look around, see what your neighbors have on their house. Or maybe there's a building nearby that you can check out. Or maybe you can go look at an automobile, look behind like where the wheel is. What's behind the wheel that holds that wheel from moving? There's a structure behind the wheel on an automobile to keep that from moving. All right, so just go through and see if you can find some examples of structures around your own house, or parts of the structure that are either under compression, where they're getting smushed, or maybe they're under tension where they're getting pulled, and see if you can figure that out. All right, so I want you to take a picture with your Chromebook. I want you to paste it in the Google Doc, and I want you to tell me if you think that part of the structure is under compression or under tension. And the Google Doc has an example for you to look at. Have a good time with it, and let's see what you come up with.